Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another Reader's Magnet featured author interview. My name is Mark, and I will be your host for this session. Joining me for this session is one of the Reader's Magnet featured authors that is here with us to share his journey as an author and to tell us more about his book titled Facing the Challenge Beating the Odds, the Jimmy Mulzet Story. We have the author himself, Jimmy Mulzet. Hi, Jimmy. How are you today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I just want to thank you, Jamie, for attending our session today. We are really excited to talk about your book and your journey, and your story, because I believe that this book is actually covered or inspired by your real life story. And we want to know more about that. So, Jamie, before we do that, please introduce yourself first.
My name is Jimmy Mulzet, and I wrote a book, um, Beating the Challenge, Beating the Odds. It's an autobiography of my life
Mm-hmm.
that I've been through all my struggles, having cerebral palsy,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, I never wanted to, to have a cerebral palsy, but I'm a Catholic, and I pray to God that I wanna to live on my own, take care of myself, and not to be burdened to anybody. And my family, my mother, my father,
Mm-hmm.
they were good parents, and
For sure.
we, I mean, after 6 months of my birth, I developed all the sickness.
Mm-hmm.
My mother took me to a doctor's, and at that time, nobody really know what it was,
What's
what
wrong?
happened.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And but my father, um, he never gave up. He said, "My son is going to walk, and I will make him walk." So nobody had any hope, but my father did. And I was in a hospital for 3 months
Mm-hmm.
after my birth, and nobody, no doctors could do anything. They
Right.
tried, but nothing it happened, and they thought that I would be um, in the hospital or in the
Right.
nursing home all my life. But
Mm-hmm.
I shocked everybody. I
Mm-hmm.
shocked everybody.
Right.
Um, but my father, um, he worked with me every day
Mm-hmm.
when I was home. My father built, he built a walkway, like a walkway. He went to a lumber yard and he bought lumber, and I don't know how he did it, but he
Uh-huh.
made a big ramp that I could walk back and forth in.
Wow.
And my my father was working up in the Bronx 16 hours a day, but my mother was home training me to walk up
To
and
walk.
down.
Right.
And I mean, my brother, my my other brother, that's not with me anymore.
Mm.
He was perfectly normal, and I couldn't know why. But my body, it it just like I was trapped in my body,
Mhm.
and I wonder if I ever gonna break through.
Yeah.
But with the help of God and my praying and everything else, my mother was praying, everybody was praying. Like when I was in the hospital too, the doctors couldn't believe that I was trying to walk in my crib. I was trying to do everything, and suddenly it all came together.
Right.
And um, I had, oh, in the long, when I was sick, I had convulsions, shaking and everything,
Right.
and
Convulsion.
a big lump in the back of my head and everything. Now,
Oh
of
no.
course, the doctors
Mhm.
put me in ice up, the ice, but they never thought that everything will go away. And it's just like a miracle. It is a miracle
Right. It
because
is a
the lump
miracle.
went away, the
You've managed
convulsion
to walk.
stopped, and
Right.
I could start walking,
Mm-hmm.
and it was wonderful. I mean, of course, um, I, I, I had braces, crutches, and I was in a
Mm-hmm.
wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thought that I would be in a wheelchair all my life. But the
Mm-hmm.
amazing thing is, you work on it and you pray on it.
Right.
Everything that I want came true. I finally let go of my wheelchair, let go of my crutches, my braces, crutches, and
Mm-hmm.
I started to walk.
Wow.
And
So basically, this book, Jimmy, is covering all of your struggles in life. You know, knowing
yes,
that you've actually, when you were young, like 6 months old, you were diagnosed with a cerebral palsy, and the doctors didn't know what it really was when at that time. And look at you now, you are talking to us, marketing your book, sharing your story to the world, and that is really inspiring and very motivational. Jimmy, I just love how your parents supported you all throughout, and look at you right now standing in front of us, talking about this testimony, and it's very, it just make you wanna strengthen your faith to God, because of your prayers, being constantly praying to heal, and with the courage that your parents are giving you, for sure it also gave you hope to, continue life and living normally. And that is really inspiring, Jimmy. So thank you so much for sharing this to us. And basically, I just really hope that this message or your story will actually reach those people that are actually facing some struggles and are losing hope, so that they can, get some grasp of your inspiration and motivation to continue life. Because after all, life is, full of tough challenges and tough choices, and you just have to make the right decisions.
yeah, you do, you do. I never wanted to be like that in a wheelchair and
Right.
everything. And
Mm-hmm.
inside of me, inside of my
Mm-hmm.
soul and my whole body, it 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 bothered me. I keep on saying, I want to get out. I want to get out. I want to walk. I want to do this. I don't want to be like that all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to work on it. I mean, you got to
Mm-hmm.
keep working. You got to keep
Right.
struggling. You got to keep
Right.
going
Right.
for it.
And God
Sometimes,
saw that in you, Jimmy.
and
God saw
God
that in
saw
you.
that in me. And
Mm-hmm.
see, I can't do anything without God in my life. I,
Exactly.
I, I go to church every Sunday. I pray to Him. Um, he, he amazing God. And,
It is. It is,
you know,
Jimmy.
I just, I mean, yeah, look at me now. Now,
Look at you now, right?
with
Right.
everything that I went through, now
You can
I
easily
live,
choose to give up, actually, Jimmy, but then you didn't. You showed that
right.
you want to live normally. And then God saw that in you, and then He gave you a miracle.
I
And
living, I'm living on my own now.
right, wow.
I'm walking on my own. I'm taking care of it. I clean up my apartment. I mean,
Wow.
okay,
That's really inspiring, Jimmy.
my family is not here no more. My family went up to the Lord. But I'm the only one that survived, and I'm still going.
Right, you're still fighting. And look at you now, you actually have a book about your life story. And we want this book to be shared all around the world. Everyone needs to know this book, this story especially. Now, as I can see your book cover here, Jimmy, if you can show your book on camera and tell us about this book cover. I believe I can see the Pope and a basketball player there. Can you tell us more about that one?
Well, okay, let's go with the Pope fight.
Mm-hmm.
In 19, '93,
Mhm.
even before 1993, I went
Mhm.
to the Archdiocese of New York
Mhm.
and I talked to my friend, Cardinal John O'Connell, that I would really like to meet the Pope and tell him about my life and my struggle.
Yes.
It took a little bit longer time, but the Cardinal made it happen for me.
Right. Right.
I went with the Archdiocese out to Denver, Colorado, and I spoke. Did fantastic. I never thought that I would be able to do it,
Mhm.
but I talked
Right.
to 200,000 people in
Oh, wow.
Cherokee State Park in
Wow.
Denver. And I told them everything about my life and my struggles. And when my father got sick, I helped my father like he did for me.
Mhm.
And then after my speech was over for 7.5 minutes, I was
Mhm.
talking. Then I went up and I met the Pope, and he gave me a we both embraced. We, he
You
gave me
both
one of the
embraced.
biggest hugs,
Mhm.
and I told him that I love God, and he said God loved me.
Right.
So that
Amen
was
to that.
one of the biggest moments of my life.
Yes, for sure, because not everyone can have that, opportunity to actually hug a pope, because maybe the pope saw something special in you, Jimmy. So he realized that, God gave you a miracle, and you alone here in front of us talking to your book about your book, sharing your story is a miracle, Jimmy. Having that bad news, from not walking to that lump on your back, still you didn't give up, you chose to continue life, and look at that. You're just living life normally. So that's really amazing, and we are really
What?
honored to have you in our platform, Jimmy. Readers
Thank
Magnet
you.
as a whole is really honored to have you here, especially here in our session here, author interview, Readers Magnet. We're so happy that we get this chance to share this story uh, to the world through us. So thank you so much for this, Jimmy. And
Thank
I
you.
just really hope that we can reach more people to be more inspired and motivated because of you. We need more people like you, Jimmy. Thank you
Yes,
so
you do.
much.
Um, the second picture that I
The
want to
player.
mention
Uh-huh.
is in 19 in 19 wait a minute when I
You can't
forgot when
remember
I did
anymore.
it now.
Uh-huh.
Uh, okay, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
2003, I went up to the Roadrunner Club we have in New
Mm-hmm.
York City,
Mm-hmm.
and I told them that I would like to do the New York City Marathon
Mm-hmm. Wow.
that they run up the block,
Uh-huh.
run up Fifth Avenue.
Right. Uh-huh.
So I got to Joe there. I belong to a special club, the
Mm-hmm.
Achilles Track Club for people with disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So they had 20 slots open for
Mm-hmm.
the young
People.
people that
Mm-hmm.
want to do the
PWD,
marathon.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So I say, okay, let's train. So I met a wonderful man that
Mm-hmm.
named Ken Truss.
Ken
And
Traus.
I asked him, I would like to do the New York City Marathon. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, okay. So he is going to be my coach.
Mm-hmm.
So every
Uh-huh.
weekend, me and him went to Central Park in New York City and
Mm-hmm.
we practiced and practiced and practiced. I can't run. I could only walk. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I walk 15, 18 minutes, 18 hours, or,
Mm-hmm.
a lot to
Right.
get my body in shape. So the New York Marathon came, and I went out to
Compete.
I went out to
To
compete,
join. Uh-huh.
and I did my freight marathon. I was so happy, and I walked from Staten Island all the way to Central Park in New York.
Wow.
I've been on my feet for 8 hours with my coach and
Mm-hmm.
volunteered. So, but I never gave up on that.
That's
I
the
kept on going every
thing
year,
there.
and I did eight
Hours.
marathons in a row,
Oh wow.
eight of them,
Wow.
and I
Wow,
never
Jamie.
gave up. It was a lot of weight, and
Wow, that's really must be very fulfilling, after you
so
completed all of those, Jimmy.
I wanted to try it, and I
Right.
liked it, and okay, it's a long way to go, but I made it.
Mm-hmm. You're there,
And
right? You finished it.
I was there, and I was finished, and I was very happy about that.
Wow. I just
And
love
of
how
course,
optimistic you are, Jimmy, with your life.
thank you.
For choosing not to be, I can choose to rest alone in my house, but no, you want to attend these, you want to join these, you want to be part of these, you want to go to church, you know? Given that you have those disabilities, still you chose to continue life like as if it's like nothing happened, like just a normal life. And that's really inspiring, Jimmy. I think it's all about the mindset. It's all about how you wanted to live your life and you chose to be this way, Jimmy. And that's why God gave that to you.
Right. And the third picture, I can say on top of the book, is the
Hmm.
wheelchair that I was in. So
Okay.
from the wheelchair to see the Pope to do the marathon,
Do you
nobody
still
knew
have
that
that
I could do
wheelchair?
it. No,
Mm.
everything that I had, the
You threw
wheelchair,
it
the
away?
ramp, my father and we threw everything away.
Oh,
Okay, I don't need it anymore. I can walk on my
right,
own.
right.
So what is sense to keeping it?
Hmm.
Now, of course,
Hmm.
I could keep it as a collected item, but I didn't know where to put it.
Right, 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 right.
But
Wow.
it, see, most of the things that um, I had to talk to my father, because he the one that explained everything. Because when I was a little kid, I couldn't. I
Hmm.
didn't know what's going on. He knows more than I do. So
Hmm.
I asked him about it, and he told me. So, and now I'm 67 years old,
Look at
and
you
I'm
now.
living,
All right.
and
And
I'm doing
strong.
everything, and I'm doing everything on my own.
Right. Wow, this is really inspiring, Jimmy. Thank you so much for sharing this to us, your story, your book. For those people that are watching us right now, you can grab a copy of his book. You can go to Amazon and search for the book Facing the Challenge, Beating the Odds, the Jimmy Mulzet story, and you should see the book there. And you can grab a copy to know more about the story of Jimmy. Guys, Jimmy, it's been really, a very inspiring story. I really enjoyed our session today. Now, for the last time, show the book again on camera and invite everyone to buy a copy of this book. And why should they buy a copy of this book, Jimmy?
I would really like people to go and buy the book at Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
And this book will, the things that I have done, and
Mm-hmm.
you could read about it. It will inspire you to try to do the things that I have done and never give up. And I just wanted to mention I'm going to take this book and I'm going to relaunch it at Reader's Magnum. So you could get a copy of that too there. I'm all over the internet. So wherever you put my name will pop up.
For sure.
So I want to thank everybody for listening to me, and I hope I could bring some families, um, some good some good news, some
You
happy
did.
news, and I hope I could help one family with their problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Jimmy. So, yes, everyone, that's Jimmy Mulzet, the author of the book, Facing the Challenge, Beating the Odds, the Jimmy Mulzet story. Again, the book is available on Amazon and Barnes Noble and other retail websites you can find, or you can also visit his website at www.jimmymulzetauthor.com. Again, thank you so much, Jimmy, for joining us in this session. As we always say here at Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Goodbye. Thank you so much, Jimmy.
Thank you.